Today we saw silver bouncing around the $29 to $30 level. I'm sure that may make some of you feel a little uneasy. Maybe you got in at $42 an ounce or $38 an ounce. But the important thing is that there's a huge disconnect between the paper silver market that trades on the COMEX, the futures and options that determine the spot price of silver, and the physical silver market. I traded stocks for about 10 to 12 years, and when a stock price was being slammed, was going down, a lot of people getting out of the stock or selling. That's not what's happening with silver. You see the price come down hard, but don't lose your resolve. Don't lose sight of the forest for the trees. Stay the course. We are in this to protect ourselves and to protect what you've worked for your entire life. You don't want to lose what you've worked for when we have a collapse of the US dollar. Now, in my opinion, that collapse is inevitable. It's just they're kicking the can down the road. They're printing money. They're holding it off. It could happen next year. It could happen 5 years from now. But I've learned that gold and silver are the best ways to protect yourself from a currency collapse, from history. And besides, why not hold real money that's been real money, accepted for thousands of years, in these times? You don't want to hold paper money. People are going to be finding out that the paper is worth its intrinsic value, which is nothing. Maybe start a fire or toilet paper, whatever. That's all it's worth. Most of us aren't traders. We're holding precious metals to protect ourselves against a hidden tax called inflation, and against a collapse in the US dollar, which, in my opinion, is inevitable. This morning we heard from UBS that because of the high demand coming from the Indian continent, they're having supply issues. According to King World News today, the largest bullion dealer in Norway is reporting extreme demand for the physical silver and physical gold. To top it all off, we heard that the U.S. Mint yesterday sold 737,000 American Eagle silver coins. To put that in perspective, in all of December 2010, there was 1.7 million sold. So in one day, yesterday, October 3rd, almost sold half of what was sold the entire month of December 2010. The demand for physical silver is off the charts. One other thing to think about is that the first 9 months of this year, there's been as many dollars go into the American Eagle program as the entire 20 years since it started in 1986, the first 20 years of the program. We've seen as much money go into it in the last 9 months. Silver demand is off the charts. Don't get confused between the disconnect between the silver physical market and the paper market. The paper price is irrelevant. What matters is how many ounces of silver you have. And in the future, we might hear people saying, well, this costs so many ounces of silver or that many ounces of silver. And they won't be talking about in terms of dollars anymore.